Welcome to another edition of Dadipedia. Today I think we're going to target a little bit older audience. And why, you ask? Well, primarily because despite my devastatingly handsome good looks, I actually was born in March of 1975. If you do the math, that means I'm 45 years old, which makes me old by the standards of today's school kids, for sure. But I'll tell you what, these kids do like their games today, and we liked our games back in the day as well. One of the games that kids really like a lot today is Fortnite. Some background. Fortnite is a first-person shooter game originally released in 2017 by Epic Games. It quickly gained popularity with the younger crowd of gamers because it specifically targeted them, replacing gory weapon damage with numbers that pop up on your opponents to indicate the level of damage you rendered, and death became nothing more than disappearing into a floating mechanical teleporter. Back when it came out, I can honestly say I had very little interest in the game. Really, my son was barely 6 years old, and there's no way we were going to let him play a game with people shooting people. Fast forward to Christmas 2019 when we came across a spectacular deal on a PlayStation Fortnite edition. If it wasn't for this, I probably never would have dropped myself onto the map. But I'll tell you, having dropped into a few battles, I can tell you it's probably pretty enjoyable. So back to our topic for today. Will I talk about this with fogies from my generation? Well, you youngins need to understand something. People from our generation directly led to the games from your generation. We cut our teeth playing Wolfenstein 3D and Doom as teenagers. In college, we were playing massively multiplayer Quake and Unreal games. And we even saw the advent of the first generation of games like Counter-Strike and Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six, which directly led to the one-shot kill and you're dead, and dead is dead type of games. Based upon that as a background, there's probably a number of other parents out there who probably have a good shooter game as well, just like I do. Some of you may already play Fortnite, some of you may have just heard of Fortnite. If you haven't heard of Fortnite, you probably don't have kids. But if you plan on taking it up and dropping down onto the map, here's a little overview of what to expect. Number 1, the Battle Royale format. If you're like me, this will be a new experience for you. Games like Quake and Unreal mostly involved running around the map, grabbing the best weapon you could get your hands on, and racking up as many kills as you could. If you died, you just respawned with a lowly pistol or shotgun and started the whole cycle over again. The key to Battle Royale is to be the last one standing. This takes a bit of patience at times. Rather than just run right into a huge battle, you might want to bide your time and wait to mop up after the others are finished going at each other. The point is, raw strength of the best weapon isn't always the answer. Sometimes it's a bit of strategy, too. Number 2, emotes. Remember back in the day, after laying down a wicked kill on someone, hitting that / key so you could type out a witty taunt? Well, Fortnite takes that one step further with emotes. Mop up a kill and lay it on thick by having your character do a little dance set to music. And since the opponent you killed will immediately jump into your view, you know they'll get the message. Number 3, the Storm. Storm circles serve two purposes in the game. They discourage camping and they force everyone to get closer, ensuring there will be a winner. As the game goes on, the storm will get smaller, and if you get caught in it, it can kill you. Make sure you stay ahead of it. Number 4, building. Here's where Fortnite stands out from other shooters. Throw a bit of Minecraft into the game. You harvest resources like wood, brick, and steel, and can use them to build structures around the map. This is a very useful thing at times, allowing you to reach places you can't climb or jump to. But be prepared for it. In battle, you'll run into all kinds of individuals who, the moment they spot you, will throw up a wall for protection. And then you've got the ones who start building these crazy elaborate structures super fast. It makes you want to cry out in frustration, just stand up and fight me already. But the real problem is box hiders. Players who will camp out in their box, forcing you to come in after them. They'll keep putting up wall after wall as you shoot them down. The best counter to this is some form of explosives, but if all you've got are ballistic weapons, just do your best. Sometimes you can damage the opponent through the walls. Finally, I'd just like to add one last piece of advice to anyone signing up. Remember, the target audience here is a younger crowd. At times it might get frustrating that experienced people are picking you off, but trust me, you'll eventually have that 10 elimination victory royale where you play like a god and you realize you are likely up against a group of less experienced gamers. Win or lose, we need to show courtesy to others at all times and pass that along to our younger counterparts. Thank you today for watching my video overview, and if you're going to drop into the map, take a look down below. Check out Watch for Landon and I on the island. We'll see you there. Thanks.